Hi, and welcome back to the Enigmatic universe. I'm Clifton3D, and today we're going to be getting into an article that's a little bit older, but I know that one of the members here definitely enjoys learning about the Knights Templar. So, without further ado, let's get into this article. So before we get started in this article, I do want to say I will be making a few videos about the Templars, because the Templars, their topic, the whole topic Templars is humongous. There are so many articles to read. There are so many different aspects of this knightly order that I don't even know if we can comprehend what or who the Knights Templar actually were. It's huge. So if you don't like this article on the Knights Templar, maybe the next article will be something more to your liking. I hope so, but I hope that every article is to your liking. So let's go ahead and get in now. All right, so this is our article. Baphomet was the diabolical demon really worshipped by the Knights Templar. I think this is going to be an interesting topic. I know the Knights Templar had many accusations against them. Were they true? Were they false? What was behind the allegations? I don't know if it's going to get into this article here, but I know that we will get into it at some point. Baphomet, the demonic entity allegedly worshipped by the Knights Templar, who later became a symbol for satanic worships. During the Inquisition of the Templars, in the 14th century, the knights were falsely accused of worshipping this figure. The famous icon of Baphomet, i.e., was a goat-headed idol, however, only emerged much later on. This icon quickly became a symbol of the occult, specifically as a representation of evil and the devil. What is Baphomet? The earliest known reference to Baphomet can be traced back to a letter written by a French crusader in 1098. According to the crusader, the Muslims in the Holy Land called upon a certain Baphomet prior to battle. It is commonly accepted today that this name is a corruption of Mohammed, the founder of Islam. European Christians at the time perceived Islam as the worship of Mahomet, which they considered idolatry. The evolution of Baphomet continued in 1307, when the powerful Knights Templar were being suppressed in France. The King of France, Philip IV, was in heavy financial debt to the order as a result of a war with England. England and France in a war. What a surprise, isn't it? He was hoping to have his debt erased, but at the same time feared the military might of the Templars. Therefore, he decided to have the Templars arrested and charged with heresy. Amongst other things, the Templars were accused of homosexuality, desecration of the cross, and the worship of Baphomet. Many Templars made false confessions after being subjected to the gruesome tortures of the Inquisition. The Templars recanted their confessions, however, after the torture ended, and were subsequently burned at the stake. Whilst some of the Templars admitted to worshipping an idol, it seems that their accounts were inconsistent. For instance, some claim that the idol was the severed head of Saint John the Baptist, while others claimed that it was the statue of a cat with 3 faces. The infamous figure of Baphomet as a goat-headed idol was not mentioned by any of the Templars under trial and would only emerge at a much later date. History of Baphomet as the goat-headed figure. It was only in 1854 that Baphomet became the goat-headed figure that we are familiar with today. It was Eliphas Levi, the French ceremonial magician, who reimagined Baphomet as a figure he called the Sabbatic goat. Levy's Baphomet was meant to represent the union of opposing forces. For instance, the figure is a hermaphrodite, sorry if I mispronounced that, having both male and female physical parts. Moreover, Levy's Baphomet was intended to serve as a collective representation of all the magical icons from earlier polytheistic or animalistic traditions that survived the spread of Christianity. For instance, the Caprine elements were inspired by Bain-de-Budgeted. Some weird-ass names, I can tell you that. An ancient Egyptian goat-headed deity, as well as by Pan, a Greek deity. We're talking about devil worship here, devil, evil, and it has both genders. Nope, I didn't say a thing, did I now? Levy's Baphomet was also adapted by the famed occultist Aleister Crowley. It was Crowley who connected Baphomet with Satan and linked this icon with the idea of suppressed knowledge and secret worship. Those in opposition to traditional Christian thought, Crowley argued that Satan was not the enemy of mankind, but its ally. Ugh. Bad shit right there. It was only in 1966, however, that Satanism became a serious religious movement when the Church of Satan was founded by Anton LaVey. I don't know if I pronounced his name correctly. I really don't care. The logo adapted by the Church of Satan is known as the Sigil of Baphomet, which depicts a goat's head inside an inverted pentagram. This sign is also commonly used by Satanists around the world. Okay, I'm starting to... I guess this is not really about the Templars, so... sorry about that one. Anyway, let's continue on. Sorry. Modern Baphomet statues create controversy. More recently, in 2012, the Ten Commandments monument was erected on the grounds of the Oklahoma State Capitol in Oklahoma City. The Satanic Temple planned to erect a statue of Baphomet beside the monument, though this came to a halt when the monument was vandalized. In 2017, another Ten Commandments monument was installed in the Arkansas State Capitol in Little Rock, and in the following year, the statue of Baphomet was unveiled by the Satanic Temple. This was meant to be a protest, and the First Amendment to the United States Constitution was cited by the protesters. Ugh. Yuck. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Yuck. So I was kind of bamboozled by this article's headline. Sadly, I really thought it was about the Templars. I guess not. But nevertheless, it was still interesting. It's good to know about these things. It's an interesting topic. I didn't know that is the way that the, Church of Satan's deity was created. Interesting, kind of. Interesting, the connection between both female and male anatomy connected to the devil. I didn't. This is no opinion. I'm not giving my opinion on it. I'm just saying that there's the connection there, and it was in this article. I'm definitely going to be doing Templar videos, so I'm sorry about this one. Still interesting. I still think it's going to be a good video. I hope, at least. Let me know down in the comments below what you think, and let me know if you're looking forward to some Templar content. I will definitely make sure that the next video is about the Templars. Sorry about that. All right, I hope you enjoyed this video nonetheless. If you did, smash that like button, consider subscribing, and if you do, hit the bell for notifications. Because you know what, YouTube is being a bitch as always, but even if you hit the bell for notifications, it doesn't mean that YouTube will actually notify you when a video comes out. So keep checking. I will continue to do videos here on Clifton 3D everywhere. Go and follow me. Have fun, and I wish you a great, great day. Take care now.